Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. Today I'm asking you a question. What do you do while you wait? Are you ready? Let's get started. Waiting. We all do it a lot. It seems like we do it everywhere. We do it for all sorts of reasons. We're standing in line, waiting. And what do? Well, recently, my wife Lori and I were in St. Louis, Missouri on a trip, and we went to Pappy's Smokehouse because we were hungry for some barbecue meat, one of my favorite foods. I wanted some ribs, and so we decided we'd go to Pappy's. So we get there, and there's a line. Lori gets in line, I go park the car. We wait, and we wait. And we wait 2 hours from when I dropped her off till we were back in the car, including the eating, which didn't take very long because it was delicious. Waiting. Well, what did I observe while people were waiting? Yep, people were on their phone. Everybody was on their phone. Now, I don't think people whine about waiting as much as they used to. Why? Because they're spending their time waiting the way they're spending the rest of their time, waiting or not. Waiting or not, I'm on my phone. So my question is, and I'm not against our phones, I certainly have one. My question is that the most productive way to spend your waiting time? Maybe, maybe not. What could you do instead, you might be saying? Well, listen, Kevin, I have my phone. What else could I do? Let me give you some other suggestions. You could be thinking about a project. You could spend that 5 minutes waiting, not the hour and 15 minutes I spent, but you could spend that 5 minutes thinking about a project that you have going on. You could think about how you're going to respond to that email. You could think about a project, a task, right? Something on your list. You could do as I did, observe the people around you. If you're waiting, so are others. You could listen into conversations. I'm not talking about stalking, but you could observe human behavior. You could notice. You could pay attention. You might learn something. You could use that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to think about something you're grateful for. It's a great use of our time. The research says that when we think about what we're grateful for, when we recognize those things, our health gets better, our mental attitude certainly gets better. So why not spend some of your waiting time thinking about what you're grateful for? Or you could talk to others waiting. See, the thing that I noticed when we were in this line is not everyone was there by themselves. In fact, I don't think anybody was there by themselves, and yet many of them didn't talk to anybody else. They just looked at their phone. Now, I don't know what people were doing on their phone, but I have a pretty good guess. There was game playing and social media-ing and a whole bunch of other things that might not have been the most productive use of time. It's possible, right? But if you must be on your phone, or if you don't even think about it but pick it up, what could you do? Well, if you have headphones, you could listen to a podcast. I could suggest one that you could listen to. You might be listening to this from it. Next time you want to catch up on your podcast listening, do it while you're waiting. You could also read an article. Use one of the apps that allows you to tag and flag articles that you want to read later, things that you find on the web that you never seem to get around to reading. You could read them while you're waiting. Listen, I'm not here to say that we shouldn't use our phones. I'm not saying that we can't ever play a game or be on social media. I do those things. But the question is, how are we spending our waiting time? And are we using it in a way that's most valuable for us? That's the question. What do you do while you wait? Let me close with today's tweet. Don't while away all of your waiting time on your phone. Do something conscious and intentional with your most valuable resource, your time. Speaking of using your valuable resource of time, how about spending some of that learning from world experts about leadership? Yes, we're doing our second annual virtual LeaderCon. You can learn more at virtualleadercon.com. But for 1 full week, you can join us for free to learn from over 40 experts in leadership development, personal development, and organizational development, all for free. Now, if you've missed it live, You can go to virtualleadercon.com to learn all about it, and for a very reasonable fee, have access to all of it forever. So you can listen or watch anytime you're waiting or any other time. I'll be back next week with another episode of Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.